Hi, my beautiful soul. You need to hear this if you've just been complaining about something. Yes, right now, I want to remind you of something powerful. The energy you put into the world comes back to you. If you constantly complain, you are not just expressing frustration. You are reinforcing the very things you wish to change. Complaining keeps you locked in the problem, replaying it over and over, giving it more control over your life than it deserves. But here's the truth. You are not powerless. You are infinitely capable. You have the ability to shift your mindset, to take action, to change what is within your control. When you complain, you are affirming to yourself and the universe that you are stuck. But that is not the truth. Instead of repeating what is wrong, imagine what would happen if you shifted your focus to what you can do. Imagine replacing frustration with curiosity, asking yourself, how can I move forward? What small step can I take right now? Shifting from complaint to action doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means refusing to let them define you. Your words are creative forces. They shape your reality. When you speak negatively, when you dwell on problems, when you focus on what's lacking, you lower your vibration. And when your vibration is low, you attract more situations that reinforce that energy. The more you say, nothing ever works out for me, the more life mirrors that belief back to you. But the opposite is also true. When you begin speaking solutions, speaking faith, speaking possibility, you shift your energy and life responds accordingly. Your mind begins to see new opportunities instead of obstacles, and doors you never noticed before begin to open. I once found myself stuck in a cycle of frustration. Every conversation seemed to revolve around what wasn't working in my life. I thought venting would make me feel better, but it only made the problems feel bigger. It wasn't until I stopped talking about the issue and started looking for solutions that everything shifted. I began to take responsibility for my energy, my thoughts, and my words. The moment I chose action over complaint, I took my power back. And with that shift, things in my life started to change. The problems that once felt overwhelming became challenges I knew I could navigate. My circumstances didn't change overnight, but my mindset did. And that made all the difference. People who command respect are not those who dwell on what's wrong. They are the ones who rise above it. Have you ever noticed how truly powerful people don't waste time complaining? They focus on solutions, they take responsibility for their energy, and they move with intention. They do not allow problems to define them. They define how they respond to problems. They understand that complaining keeps them in the same place, while taking action moves them forward. These are the people who inspire, who lead, who transform not just their own lives, but the lives of those around them. So, I ask you, are you using your words to affirm your struggles, or are you using them to create change? Every time you catch yourself about to complain, pause. Ask yourself, what can I do instead? Can I reframe this? Can I take a small step forward? Can I choose gratitude over frustration? Even the smallest shift in energy can open doors you never imagined. Instead of saying, I hate my job, ask, what can I do to improve my skills or find a better opportunity? Instead of saying, I'll never get through this, tell yourself, I am figuring this out step by step. Your voice is powerful. Your energy is powerful. And the moment you choose to rise above complaint and step into action, you become unstoppable. You were not meant to dwell in problems. You were meant to overcome them. You were not meant to stay stuck. You were meant to grow, to evolve, to thrive. The power to shift your life is already within you. The only question is, will you use it? Let's take a deeper look at vibration. this unseen force that shapes your reality. Everything in life carries a vibration, including your thoughts, emotions, and words. When you are joyful, grateful, and hopeful, you vibrate at a high frequency. You feel light, open, and connected. When you are stuck in negativity, fear, and frustration, your vibration lowers. You feel heavy, drained, and disconnected. This is why complaining has such a profound effect, not just on your mood, but on the energy you radiate into the world. Complaining reinforces a low vibration because it focuses your energy on what is wrong. Instead of seeking solutions or finding gratitude, your mind stays locked in problems. The more you talk about what's going wrong, the more you feed that reality. It's like tuning into a negative radio station. The longer you listen, the more it influences your mood and perspective. You may think venting releases negativity, but in reality it amplifies it. What you focus on expands. And when you repeatedly dwell on frustrations, you unknowingly invite more of the same energy into your life. Think about the people who constantly complain. Have you ever noticed how exhausted they seem? They carry an energy that feels heavy, and their presence can drain the room. This is because their words are reinforcing a state of low vibration, making it harder for them to see opportunities, attract positivity, or feel peace within themselves. On the other hand, people who choose to focus on solutions, hope, and gratitude radiate a completely different energy, one that uplifts and inspires. Your words are like magnets. When you say, "Nothing ever goes right for me," you send out a vibration that attracts more struggles. When you say, "I always find a way," you align yourself with possibilities and solutions. The energy behind your words matters. This doesn't mean ignoring real problems. It means approaching them with a mindset that empowers rather than drains you. If you find yourself caught in a cycle of complaining, pause. Ask yourself, is this complaint helping me find a solution, or is it keeping me stuck? Shifting your focus even slightly can change everything. Instead of saying, "I hate my job," say, "I'm exploring new opportunities." Instead of saying, "Life is unfair," say, "I am learning and growing through my experiences." These small shifts raise your vibration, making it easier to attract better circumstances and feel more at peace. You have the power to change your reality, and it starts with the energy you bring to each moment. When you choose words that reflect hope, strength, and possibility, you lift your vibration and align yourself with a life that feels lighter, freer, and more fulfilling. The choice is always yours. Have you ever felt the need to explain yourself, even when no one asked? Have you caught yourself justifying your decisions, your actions, or even your emotions as if seeking approval? Over-explaining is a habit rooted in self-doubt, and the more you do it, the more you weaken your own power. When you over-explain, you are unconsciously asking for validation. You are saying, "Do you approve of my choice? Do you understand why I did this?" But here's the truth. You do not need permission to live your life. You do not owe anyone an explanation for following your own path. The more you justify yourself, the more you invite others to question you. And when others see that you doubt yourself, they will reflect that doubt back to you. Confidence does not explain itself. Strong individuals do not waste energy convincing people to understand their choices. They make decisions and move forward. They trust themselves, and that trust is what commands respect. Think of the most powerful people you know, not because of their status, but because of their energy. Do they constantly justify themselves? Or do they carry themselves with quiet certainty, letting their actions speak for them?